Let's beat Black Friday. End of this month, the Marc Gebauer lifestyle turns 3 years old. We want to celebrate this milestone with you. Save the date to get the best deals.
What happened over the past 2 years or 3 years? A gold Rolex was 12,000 or it was 9,000. Now it's 17, 18,000. So the person that's salary went up $1, you know, they moved $1 closer to the Rolex, but the Rolex moved.
Ich finde sein Vibe halt, ne? Er ist schon so typisch New Yorker, ein bisschen rougher auch und härter unterwegs, ne?
$10,000 away, farther away from them.
He said, we have a football player, someone on the Raptors. I'm like, yeah, sure. The Raptors is a basketball team, my guy.
Gary Trent Jr. Cutting heads here at Trax NYC, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, come see us.
So she wants to trade in these 2 watches for this Royal Oak AP rose gold.
The only thing I know is Cooper Boy.
Everyone's trading in their bust down pieces.
And how is that possible?
For plain Jane ones.
That you can add all these diamonds to a watch and it's going to be worth less.
You know what VS stands for?
How we're gonna turn this watch, which is $700 retail.
Das hat mich jetzt gewundert, das was er sagt. Er hat da so eine billige Uhr irgendwie, die so aussieht wie eine Sub und er will das irgendwie umbauen auf eine andere. So, ich check nicht, was er meint.
Shit, man, you come with these stacks all day, I'm always do right.
And we're gonna put a dope bezel on.
Was hier? Eine... Ah, okay. Bapex. Bathing Ape. Ist das eine Rolex, aber umgebaut? Die Bezel, guck mal, wie hier das Ding da hoch steht. Was ist das denn hier? Die Perle. Uiuiui.
A lot of people actually sell their iced out ones.
To be honest, it's underpriced. I don't know, we gotta ask Roman Sharp.
I had about 3 customers like that to try to switch over to plain Jane.
I myself was robbed at gunpoint.
They're gonna look nice under all the fancy light and everything. You could take a look, but as soon as you start comparing it,
at least the f***ing guys that robbed me were like, take off that f***ing Rolex.
This AP is gonna be all decked out.
The f***ing people that rob you in this world, they smile in your face. They see what I'm doing for you. That's what the jewelry business is all about, sourcing materials, production. There's so many tire kickers and lowlives in this business and in this world. That's really what this show is about. If I could pull this business off or not. And you're gonna see how I do it if I do. I hide nothing. I don't need to hide anything. I know how to use the truth as a weapon.
Da muss man sagen, er ist schon jemand so, weißt du, der gibt schon Gas. Also ich sag's so, ich mache mir bei ihm keinen Kopf, dass er sich verstellt. Ne? Also wenn man ihm zuhört, dann weiß man, okay, der sagt das, was er so im Kopf hat. Ne? Er macht jetzt keinen auf Show, sondern so, er ist so. Man kann ihn mögen, oder man kann sagen, man kann ihn nicht mögen. Er hat auch mal ein paar Videos hochgeladen, die wirklich so ein bisschen, weißt du, wo er so vollkommen ausgerastet ist und so, wo Leute ihn eventuell etwas ungerechter behandelt haben. Das wäre jetzt nicht so mein Stil, ne? Aber jeder ist ja anders. Aber dass er sich verstellt, ehrliche Haut. Genau, eine ehrliche Haut.
This is not the reality that's scripted reality. This is indeed reality.
So sind übrigens da sehen die Verkaufsräume aus, überall so
What's the
kleine
reality?
Shops.
You got about 20 years until civilization completely collapses and crumbles. Not enough fuel, not enough energy, the prices. What's that gonna look like? The rich are gonna be great, and the poor are gonna be killing. So you gotta figure out which one of those you're gonna be, because the resources are gonna get f***ed up. Listen, the pool is gonna get shallow. The people in the middle of the pool, they're gonna be whatever, but they're gonna be in the water. I mean, the fish in the middle of the pool. The fish on the edges of the pool are gonna dry out in the sun. And when that happens, they're gonna try to push their way in the center, and it's gonna be chaos. What happened over the past 2 years or 3 years? A gold Rolex was 12,000 or it was 9,000. Now it's 17, 18.
Boah, ihr werdet euch wundern, ne? Ich kann mich noch erinnern, so 2019 war eine Daydate, Gelbgold, mit Boxpapieren, 9.000 €. Box Papers, Daydate, 18038. Ja, wirklich so.
18,000. So the person that's salary went up $1, you know, they moved $1 closer to the Rolex, but the Rolex moved $10,000 away, farther away from them. If you're fine, a Rolex you can live without, but what about everything else in life? What about a vacation? What about a trip? What about some food? And the crazy thing, some people got the money, and that's how the Rolex went up. They bought the Rolex. The wealth is gonna go to the asset class holders. This country is rigged in a way that if you don't own it, it's all about the stockholders. If you don't own stocks, you don't have a part of wealth. Everything was rigged, right? What happened? The stocks were overpriced, but they could never take the loss. They could never say, you know what, man? It's gonna be 10, 15 years before this market stabilizes. They said, F that. Print, print, print. Pump it, pump it, pump it up. So to make them richer, richer, all of the stockholders, and now all the printed capital, all the stockholders and the asset holders, that means that everyone else is burdened with more and more labor. Then you have to work twice as hard as you did 2 years ago to get any of those things.
Was haben wir hier? Bisschen Standardware. Pristine. Ah, ist auch auf der anderen Seite. Frank Müller.
Gentlemen, what's going on?
You know, getting that money. Yes, sir. Holiday, taking that little money.
What are you seeing in the marketplace? Yashu, anything interesting happening, man?
Guck mal, ich finde das halt so krass, dass so viele Verkäufer hier hinter dem Tresen sind. Ne? Das ist so irgendwie ein ganz anderer Vibe als das, was wir bei uns haben.
So far, I think the past 2 months, the watch sales have been crazy. I noticed a lot more people want to play James. I've been seeing a lot of people actually sell their iced out ones, wanting to come in and see if someone could buy them. I had about 3 customers like that to try to switch over to plain James. So that's something interesting that I've been seeing, where like the trend of the watches that I used to sell 5 months ago versus now, I've been selling a lot more investment watches.
It was Tuesday, pretty sure. Yashu, guy in the store, he came back here, he said, oh, do we have any liquor champagne? We have a serious client. He said, we have a football player, someone on the Raptors. I'm like, Yashu, the Raptors is a basketball team, my guy. Let me see who it is, maybe it was someone else. I'm personally a big NBA fan. I watch 4 games a night. Whenever I'm off work, I usually get to watching the games if I can. Turns out to be Gary Trent Jr. Started on the Raptors. Real good shooting guard, and he was just looking around for a couple watches. I don't remember exactly what models. They looked at a couple RMs. They were looking at like fully bust-down watches. What ended up happening is, instead of kind of taking a watch and getting it, just taking and walking out the door, Yashu and him came to the deal, and we're actually going to build him kind of like a custom watch. I think he wanted some emerald cuts in it, in the band and everything. I don't know the exact details. Yashu can definitely fill you in on that.
Yeah, so this is an original AP. It's a 15500 model. The market for it right now is $65.70. This one was a little bit more expensive just because we got it brand new and stickered. The thing is that we could find the old bust-down watch, right? Find one for $45,000 without box, paper, an older model, and we can make it two-tone. I'm sorry about that. We can make it two-tone, and we could do the whole project for maybe about $60,000, right? Which is basically the price of this watch right here. Plain Jane. No filming right here?
Oh, we're doing big girl moves.
Hab ich noch nie gesehen, wie das da abläuft, ne? Also quasi das, was ihr hier seht, so dieser Office-Betrieb da mit diesem Durchlass und so weiter, so läuft das auch bei uns in unserem Office quasi. Wir haben jetzt keinen Zugang für Privatleute, aber wir sind in diesem Jewelry Tower. Das ist so ein Hochhaus mit, ich glaube, da drin waren 25 Stock, also 25 Etagen und nur Juweliere. Nur Juweliere. In so kleineren Büros dann, ne? Also alles geschlossen, jetzt nicht so offen. Aber das Lustige war, in New York, in Los Angeles, wenn du runterfährst und da auf die Straße gehst, da waren auch solche Läden.
You found it?
Yeah, I got it.
Can I see?
You're crazy.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Als wir da drin waren und uns unterhalten haben, ne, mit jemandem, der wurde uns vorgestellt, der da auch schon lange sein Büro hat, seit 20 Jahren und so. Er meinte, man kann eigentlich in diesen Jewelry Towern man kann einfach überleben, indem man unten anfängt, nach oben durchgeht, hört, was die Leute haben wollen, von Büro zu Büro geht, klingelt und so weiter, mit den Leuten spricht und im Haus einfach die, sagen wir mal, die Waren so vernetzt. Der eine, der da ist, der weiß von dem nichts, aber wenn man dem das anbietet, kauft er das und dann gibt es die Marge, mit der man arbeiten kann. Das war schon ganz spannend.
So I went down to Miami
Jenny Jules
to see Erica. She wanted to trade in these 2 watches, this bust-down AP and this bust-down Cartier. And she wants, to invest her money more. So she wants to trade in these 2 watches for this Royal Oak AP rose gold with box and papers.
It's 400.
It's a great move. It's just gonna go up in value. These are diamonds, so she wants to do something plain Jane, something that will actually, make her money in the future. She traded in these.
Guck mal, das sind immer Phasen. Mal ist das beliebt, dann hat man sich satt gesehen, dann geht's wieder weiter.
2, and she also had to pay extra, the difference. You can find these at the store, 64 West 47th Street. This AP is gorgeous. The watch industry is really going up. Everyone's trading in their bust-down pieces for plain Jane ones because those will actually go up in value. And yeah, I think this is a really smart move on her end.
We cutting heads here at Tracks NYC, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go, man. Come see us. We here for you.
And every Rolly purchase comes with a shape-up.
We here. We here.
Man, they really cutting the hair like that.
Yeah, I'm talking about, bud. It's a Frank Mueller and it's sold. Who did you sell it to, bro?
So, my bodega man. I live in an apartment right below us. We have a bodega, little
Bodega man.
And he's been asking me about Frank Muellers for months now. But he had a certain budget.
Das ist so verrückt, ne? Manchmal, also das sind ja persönliche Geschmäcker. Du kannst nicht sagen, dass die Uhr schlecht aussieht. Nicht beliebt.
It just so happened Danny had one in the store for the budget he was looking around.
With
and
papers.
We're about to go drop it off to him.
Is it
papers,
yeah,
everything.
beautiful condition.
How much for a piece like that?
So this watch went for $4,500. It is pre-owned, but we got a repolish, so it looks pretty much brand new at this point.
To be honest, it's underpriced. I don't know, we gotta ask Roman Sharp if this is under for $4,500. I mean, these are well-made watches. Well, that seems like a deal to me. I'm like $4,500. Like if you ice this out, but you know, Frank Muellers were in at some point, and then you know how these trends go, man. The only thing I know is Cooper Boy.
Ach, süß. Na, Katze.
Cooper Boy, no crying! Cooper Boy.
Kommt der eigentlich aus
He
Kasachstan?
likes to sit in chairs.
I know, I see. He's like,
He thinks he's, you know, doing the job of everybody. That's what Cooper thinks.
Unterscheidet sich der US-Markt sehr von den deutschen, ja klar. Preismäßig, steuermäßig, ist alles anders, ne? Also die Preise aufgrund der Einkommensteuer, Einfuhrumsatzsteuer und so, ist schon alles anders. Auch die Amis, da ist einfach der Wille, Geld auszugeben, ganz anderer. Aber auch das, was man verdient. Das Durchschnittsgehalt für Handwerker, ist einfach viel, viel höher. Weißt du, man verdient dort mehr Geld. Ist zwar auch teurer, sag ich mal, das Leben, aber da geht's ganz anders. Also da kann man auch mal Exoten verkaufen.
So this is the brand new watch. I need to talk to Ivan first. So brand new, still has a plastic on it, right? 2021. Now we need to make this into two-tone. We need to make it yellow gold.
Fresh. Oh,
Fresh.
we gotta put gold caps.
Okay, and what about the bezel?
The bezel too. Just like this, similar to the one that.
Was? Die machen die Uhr auf Stahlgold? Hä? Was geht denn da ab?
Noah did before, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, with the difference between Noah's is that was a chrono. I don't know if it's different from doing it from a chrono to.
This is a different model, but.
And also, we're not using round diamonds on this. We're gonna
use baguettes.
If it's large enough, then we'll probably have to use emeralds instead of baguettes.
Oh, emerald.
Yeah, we're gonna use most likely emeralds.
Fine, don't worry.
On the links, but one that keeps going down, it fills up the whole thing. Or what do you think looks better? If we do like multiple baguettes going down to one of those screws, or we do like just one large emerald, keep going all the way down?
Hä? Will Stahlgold da draus machen?
Maybe like this. Like, well, we gotta talk to Renato. He has a bunch of models, like the wax.
Right.
He probably has the wax model for this too, with the caps.
Okay, no problem. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have to go talk to Renato, but
what type of diamonds we gonna use?
So that's actually why I came here.
What is this?
Presidential 40mm with the green dial. Customers looking for an investment piece. The rose gold.
That's an investment piece right there.
Imagine the rose gold one is like 70,000. The white gold, I found it for him for 54,000. So I mean, it has to catch up.
Yeah. 70,000 and 54,000 speaks for itself. And with the way things are inflating, man, it is absolutely insane. What millimeter is this?
40mm.
40mm, right? I remember I used to get 41mm for $20,000. And that was $7 trillion ago, so, or maybe more, maybe like $10 trillion ago. So that's why that $10 trillion, some of it's right in the price of this watch. It's not going anywhere, it's inflating the value of a lot of things. It's a cruel, cold world out there, man. But Georgie got
das Popcorn-Bundle wieder? Nein, gibt's nicht, nein. Popcorn-Bundle, das war's jetzt.
If you need to be able to put your piece away and you want to do it correct, this is the guy.
I want to make sure that we're using VS, and I want to kind of take a look at parcels.
Jetzt zeigt die Uhr, Mann.
You know, make sure that we're using trying the best quality of diamonds I could.
And now to top it off, we have a pair of beautiful Rolex 36mm 18 karat presidential.
It was a fire in the casting house on Sunday.
Right. Yeah, you sent the videos in you know, and it was like
Ich will diese Uhr sehen.
crazy. To match this baguette bracelet that he copped from us, that we'll post a picture of, you guys can see. He wanted these screws or that joined the links together to be emeralds, you know, specifically. So we have to find yellow gold caps, right? This is rose gold and it's for round stones, but we have to find yellow gold ones that can fit the emeralds that go all the way down and around. And we have to find yellow gold caps that go on top of this bezel right here.
That's a CAD. Well, they do it through CAD design.
Yeah, make a computer model. You know, take all the measurements.
This whole bezel has to be gold. They're gonna remove this. We have to cut a special glass, sapphire glass. You can't use this glass because it's like imprinted completely with this bezel.
Alter, was ist das für ein Umbau? Was geht denn hier ab? Alter, Frankenstein oder was? Jetzt wird aber voll umgebaut.
Anything that's original on the watch that can be always switched out, we're gonna give to the guy. You know,
okay,
what Gary does with it, it's up to him. But the caps are all gonna be the same though. Meaning, like, we're gonna. The first step is to just put the caps on, right?
Oder jetzt leg los, Mann. Ich muss das jetzt sehen.
Big one. I actually really like this look. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to make sure is that Gary should not have a watch that anybody else would be having on their wrist. You know, people are able to look at it. Wow, that has bigger diamonds. This
black one is also, I probably should have got the black one as well. These are cool watches. You might want to even pop a bezel up on this, but the black PVD is good. It hasn't chipped, it hasn't done none of that. And the thing about PVD, it looks like a Rolly, but you know, it's a Bapex. And it's amazing how they just jacked a Rolex style almost 100%. Yeah, so you know, I don't know what kind of licenses and copyrights Rolex has, but I might as well make a Traxx at this point. So the fact of the matter is that you can, throw a bezel on it. Bape fans out there, you like Bape, whatever it is, you're gonna have a dope watch with a dope bezel on it. It's obviously not two-tone gold, it's copper, but whatever, it's a look. We could ice out a big boy bezel, diamonds, or sapphire even, or we could just put a pre-made bezel. I think these bezels are dope right here.
Yep, so you have black sapphires and white diamonds in these pre-made bezels. One of them is stainless steel, one of them is 14K gold. And as far as the blank bezels, you have a 20-pointer and a 15-pointer.
So you let us know what you want to see with this Bapex in the comments or what have you, and we'll probably go off of what you write. Might have, if we had this in rose, it would have been a good look on here.
Most sellers who sell this watch is for a Rolex GMT with the ridges on the side. Most of them, what they do is they plate it rose or yellow to match.
How much do they want to buy?
So, hier wird jetzt die Uhr gesettet. Der hat da irgendwas gesagt mit Roségold. Ah, guck mal hier. Krass, der setzt die da drauf. Alter, was? Seht ihr hier? Und jetzt setzt ihr das da drauf. Boah. Also ich sage so, ich mag Iced Out, ne? Versteht mich nicht falsch, ich finde es schon irgendwie ganz cool. Aber wenn man da zuguckt, ne, und er bohrt so in dieses Metall rein und so.
Wie beim Zahnarzt zu sitzen, oder?
Ja, es fühlt sich schon falsch an. Also
wie beim Zahnarzt, so wenn er da so bohrt, als wenn da gerade so dein Mund ist und genau das gleiche.
Also es tut schon weh.
Schmerzt, ja.
Es tut schon weh. Und jetzt klebt er da noch diese Dinger drauf. Okay. Das ist natürlich ein heftiger Look, muss ich sagen. Also ich sag so, ne, wir können alle sagen, so, oh, wie hässlich und so weiter, aber glaub mir, wenn du das Ding live siehst, das Ding ist schon BAM! Weißt du, wenn du ein 2,20 Meter Basketballer bist, du hast so einen fetten Wecker am Handgelenk, das wird schon krank aussehen. Jetzt für uns, so wenn ich damit rumlaufe, sehe ich aus wie ein Clown, ne? Sehe ich auch so manchmal, aber das ist schon, ja, es sieht komisch aus, aber es wird schon in echt cool aussehen.
He has this watch as well. Now keep in mind, before I open this box, he's given us 3 diamond chains And each one of those was under carat. They were stamped 14, they were really under carat, and the one that was stamped 10 carat was like 9 carat. The setting was horrendous and it was a really bad quality job. And they did it with this watch too. At first look, it looks nice. And in reality, most of the watch it's a day date, white gold, but they really messed up on the setting of the stones on these links. For some reason, because it's white gold with the white links, they kind of blend in, so it's hard for you guys to pick it up with the camera, but in reality, it's not a great setting job. It's terrible, really, but it's passable. The case, they didn't do too bad. Case looks okay. All right, what's the deal with this watch? Very funny story. So again, what I said was big pieces like this are not in demand. The big chains, the big watches, forget about it. Most of the vendors are not even icing any more watches. They're only selling or they're buying back and they're reusing. Why is that? Well, because the price of this watch without any diamonds has went up so much, it doesn't make sense to ice out the watches anymore.
Yeah.
Why? So this watch, plain Jane, today costs $50,000. All right, to do the work, to do this, another, let's say $20,000, you're at $70,000. Now, how much do you think I can get for this watch today?
Wahrscheinlich weniger, weil die Uhr so
Think of
teuer
a
ist.
number. $50,000 plain Jane without a single diamond. How much do you think? You'd be surprised, because when I shopped this watch around today and I talked to some of the wholesalers, they told me they wouldn't pay a penny over $30,000.
Wow!
So to them, this watch is worth $20,000 less than what it would be plain.
Wow!
Now think about that. How is that possible that you can add all these diamonds to a watch and it's going to be worth less? Well, that's the market we're in. It's a really tricky market. Prices are going high. You got inflation. You got a lot of stuff going on. Because we're trying to do a favor to our client, we'd give them the better end half. I had some offers for 30. 32, 29, we'd probably do something like 35, okay? And then we wouldn't kill you on the resale. We'd probably charge you maybe 41 or 42,000 just because it's a hard watch to get. Even though it's a terrible setting, there's still a buyer for every piece. But one thing I know for sure is big pieces are not selling anymore.
Gary Trent Jr. and a bunch of other people I don't want to forget. We're gonna make grills for Joyner. You know what I'm saying? Wherever Erica and all the people that we've worked with, but the ones I particularly work with and how I showcase that and how much we become friends and like that. That's just showcase our brand in and of itself. Kodak ain't with us, getting this piece and that chain and this shit from us and see me because we're bullshit. Quan and Rissa didn't invite me to have breakfast every day with their family because I'm an idiot that beeps with everybody. That's some Scott Disick shit or some other shit, you know, but it's real life. People don't understand that, but it doesn't matter what you understand. You'll
moment that we actually made, and that way we could really talk about the difference on why his was his watch. Well, we could start with the stainless steel. If you look a little bit closer on the bezel, you can see that there's not big diamonds around it. Right? If you look closer to the band, you can see that again, we're still using a little bit smaller stones, and in this setting actually is an aftermarket band, but it's machine set, so it's not set by hand. Here's also another one. This is aftermarket machine set band. We have a weird dial. The AP logo is.
Was ist das bitte hier für eine Höhe? Oh Gott, das kommt ja aus der Hölle hier, die Uhr, oder was?
Is on the front on the glass. These are referred to like Frankenstein watches. So even though the movement inside is legit AP, everything else around it isn't. These watches are what go for that 50, 60,000, right? The band isn't from AP, the bezel isn't from AP, the dial isn't from AP. We just put them on there. If you want to go a tier above, so this is where we go from like machine set diamonds to now we're hand setting diamonds. So I'm going to take a look a little closer at this. So here we're finally using bigger pointers on the bezel, right? We're finally icing out the case, icing out the side links, but this is a very, very old model, and this still does not come with box and papers. And generally the goods that are used, the diamond goods, are S-sided VS2 diamonds. If your jeweler is telling you they put VS diamonds and they're charging you $60,000 for this aftermarket AP, they didn't really use VS diamonds. The general goods of it is S-sided VS2. Now I want to show you what it looks like to build an AP, a brand new one, from scratch, right? And that's exactly what we did for Gary. It comes with the original box that we got. Open it up. Off the bat, you can tell there's a big difference in the diamond quality. If you've been following along the journey, we added the gold bezel around it. We added the gold caps on the band.
Das ist einfach eine 15500 in Stahl, umgebaut da drauf.
As well, that's where we put the emeralds in them, right? All these diamonds are hand set. If you look at the case of the watch as well, the side links, all iced out as well. And one of my favorite parts about this watch, it's an open bag, and that's how you know it's a newer watch. This is an AP 15500 model. It's one of the newer ones that came out. Again, this is a 2021, and it was brand new when we started off. It still has the stickers on the band, so still brand new. It comes with all the paperwork as well. So this comes with the AP card. By the way, this is the original dial with it. So we're not thieves in the business where I switch the dial out for Gary and I'm gonna take this and keep this for myself. We're gonna give this to Gary so that he has everything that's originally came with the watch is gonna go to him.
Nicht viel mit anfangen, also.
We finally, after weeks, he's been waiting for it. I've been teasing him. He's been here for like an hour, and I held this. I didn't let him see it yet. Let's take a look, man. Let's take this out. It's your watch, man. Take a look.
It is going hard.
So this one we used all BS1s, true BS1s on it.
You know what BS stands for?
Was wird er wohl dafür bezahlt haben jetzt?
I got the slightly inclusive.
Right, there we go.
Okay, right. Slightly inclusive.
Stands for slightly. Very slight.
Very slight.
Very slight, there we go. So flawless, but flawless don't really exist. I don't know if you've been watching the videos. They say flawless doesn't really exist. Some people, yeah, some people say flawless, some people say flawless don't exist.
A lot of love. Gary, how do you like your 18, man? Go from scratch.
It's real cool. You feel me? It's a little process.
Appreciate you, bro.
Nice little process, clean process, quick process.
Shit, man. You come with these stacks all day, I'm always do right.
I'm weak, man.
All right, well, it's Friday the 13th. Evidently Friday the 13th.
Nur so ein kleiner Diss von der Seite, ja.
The tracks May. We had a lot going on this week. To start, we just finished the Flossy project, which you guys are gonna see. The Flossy is finally done on the couch right now. We'll show you guys later. We have Gary Trent Jr. who came to pick up a watch. We got a watch paint. I'm getting a call, but that doesn't matter right now. But on my end right now, the boss hasn't been here for about a week because he is in Dubai.
It's time for some Arabian Nights.
You got another Dubai oder was?
He's completing our little special mission, which was the proposal for Kwan. He proposed to Rissa. If you looked at like the Instagram stories and everything, it looked like it went super well. But he's out there trying to complete the mission. The mission being complete is, of course, deliver the ring, make sure she loves it and says yes.
Ach ja, schön, Mann. Würde wo eine Uhr in Dubai gehen? Was? Würde so eine Uhr in Dubai gehen? Ja, in Dubai gibt's auch, klar. In Dubai, klar, Iced Out geht auch. In Dubai hast du alles. In Dubai geht alles. Tja, Leute, so sieht's aus. Wahnsinn, ey, was wir uns heute schon wieder alles angeguckt haben.